In this video, we're going to be looking at how to go ahead and put in a sample station routine reading. So not using your BactT reading, but just the normal chlorine residual. So when you first log into Lucity, you're going to come to this page, and you're going to go ahead and scroll down to the tab that says Daily Checklist Work Orders. You're going to hit Well Operation, Open Daily Work Orders. This brings you to a list of work orders. There should only ever be one in here, and you can verify that it's the right one using the start date. You're going to select it. So this brings up just your traditional work order. Nothing is different about this one compared to all the rest. You fill it out the exact same way. But for sample station readings themselves, we're actually going to go up here to the top left. So there's a lot of blue words here, and we're going to be interested in the assets with 24. If you remember, there's 24 normal stops in a well route. So we're going to go ahead and click Assets. And here are all 24 of your normal stops. So they can be anything from an actual sample station, like Jennifer Court, compared to a Route 643 booster station pump. So what we're going to go ahead and go to is sequence 1, just because it's convenient. Or I guess we can do 60 Idly Drive. Let's go ahead and select it. So presumably when you're out on the road and you just finish Idly, you'll go ahead, go to that list, select Idly or whichever one you're at, and come to this. And this is the Asset Completion tab. We're not interested in that quite yet because we have to first make an inspection record. So what this is doing is just completing the asset itself with a completion date and a completion time. We're not quite ready for that, so we're going to go up to the top bar here. So you got your work orders, your save, and your toolbox. We're interested in the toolbox. So press it, and brings up available tools. What we want to do is create an inspection record for this asset. Go ahead and do that. So it's going to bring up two different views that you'd like to see. This is just how the record itself is generated. So what we're going to do is press the first lines, highlight this one. It's the only option. Hit finish. Bring up the second one. And then we're interested in the ID 194 over here. And then the view name is WT Water Sample Station Readings. This other one is for painting. And if a sample station needs painted, you can generate a work order. But we're interested in this one. So you're going to just highlight it and hit finish. Hit OK. Now this brings up the actual inspection record. So there's a couple things you want to change here. So after you've already gotten your chlorine residual and your fluoride, you're going to go ahead and hit reading type. Change this to well operations. Come over here, hit your reading date. It should autofill to whatever today's date is. Set. And your reading time, it should autofill to whatever time it is now. You can change it if you need to, but the idea is that you're supposed to be doing this while you're out on the wells. So whatever time it is at this moment is probably more relevant. So you don't have to put anything in description, but in chlorine residuals, put whatever you got. So let's say you got a 0.9. Bacteria sample collected. We're not going to touch that one yet. We're going to do a different route for the bacteria samples. I'll show you that in a different video. So under CFS, you're going to go ahead and click it. At Idly, you do collect a fluoride sample, so hit yes. But if you don't, you can either select NA or no. It's up to you, whichever you like. So after you have the reading type finished, the reading date, the reading time, the residual, and the CFS, you're going to go all the way down to the bottom and hit collected by and put in your name. After that, hit save up in the top right here. And you're going to hit back. Within Lucity, if you hit this top button, it'll actually take you back to the main screen. And I'm assuming you don't want to go through everything to get back to this asset page. So use this one down here in the bottom. This brings us back to the Asset Completion tab. And if you notice, the completion date is now automatically filled in from the inspection record. So what you're going to do now, hit the completion time. It's okay if it's a little different from the time we just put in. You know, maybe a minute passed from then until now. Just put in whatever time it is. And then once you're all done here, you can go ahead and hit save. And then you go back. After it says save complete, hit back. And as you'll notice, it is now all complete. The entire tab is done for the asset. And that is how you put in both an inspection record for an asset and complete an asset.